Welcome to Heal the World Show podcast, brought to you by the Healing Institute. I'm Camelia Parham. I'm the founder and the director of the Healing Institute, and we are an online worldwide hub of holistic practitioners. We really want to help and get healing and health out into the world as much as we possibly can. So we have a directory. I'll call it a directory, although we are more than that. We're more of a wellness community because we all get to know each other. And we have some amazing practitioners, holistic practitioners in our community who will really help people get to the root cause of what's going on with them. I often say that, the medical model we've had for the last 50 years really is not working anymore, as we all know, mainly because they only looked at symptoms. They didn't look at what really was going on with people. So the Healing Institute was an inspiration that I had because we had a tragedy in our family a few years ago, and that my mother passed away at age 61 from a complications of a medication that she had been on for a very long time. And it was very tragic. I was 5 months pregnant with my son. It was the 15th of December, right before Christmas. And I often say, it was only tragic that she passed away at a young age, but my children never got to meet their grandmother. And I really don't want that happening for other families. So that's why I'm passionate about educating people around how to be well, how to stay well. The reason I called the Healing Institute an institute because of the education that we can do for people. And so this episode is our 132nd episode. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. So I'm delighted, thank you, to have this powerful panel of women today because May is Women's Health Month. So I thought, why not have as many women as I can invite that will come on the podcast and talk about women's health and what they do. So today you are going to meet some amazing women. Dr. Leila Talabane, she's a nutritional healing doctor. Teresa Lissam is a self-trust mentor and self-belief coach and the co-founder of the Vitality Continuum. And Diana Amelia Reed, who's a Reiki master, self-care mentor, and the other side of the co-founding of the Vitality Continuum. So welcome, ladies. Wonderful to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Leila, let's start with you. Just tell us a little bit about what type of work that you do in the world as a nutritional healing doctor.
Sure, I'm happy to. Thank you so much for having me. I actually started as a research scientist way back when because I lost my dad to cancer on my 15th birthday. So, but after many years of doing cancer research, one of the things that turned me away from academic research in the conventional medicine was that more than 85% of chronic conditions, including cancer, are preventable, manageable, or curable with what we eat, how we move, how we think, and even our beliefs. So I kind of hit the wall when I tried to propose for funding or work in the academic setting. So I sort of went on my own and started applying the same principles I did in research. Instead of using drug therapy targeting disease markers, I use food compounds, natural remedies to help the body heal itself. Because, as you all agree with me, our bodies have an innate ability to heal itself with the right environment and right food and right fuel. So I call myself nutritional healing doctor. No, you cannot get a degree called that anywhere. It's just the way I can describe myself. And today I work with people, generally cancer, Parkinson's, and other very serious chronic conditions, to help people really personalize their lifestyle and for life and take control of their health.
Well, and that is so true. I mean, we now know our bodies are amazing. If we give them the right tools to stay healthy, we can even, I don't like to use the word cure, but we can actually reverse a number of issues that the medical community would say were illnesses or diseases. So yes, that's beautiful. I love the work that you're doing. It's so very important and so important as part of the education for people to understand that that is in fact what can happen, what they can do. All right, well, let's talk to Teresa. I want you to let us know a little bit more about what you're doing as a self-trust mentor and self-belief coach. I have a program that I take my clients through called Realigning Their Beliefs. So I'm really interested to hear how you do that as well.
Thank you so much for the invitation here, Parmelia. So I could call myself a lot of different things. I change
I
them
mean, we all
periodically.
could, yeah.
So I need to decide on something. But my main focus right now is really helping women step into the best selves, lean into their own strengths, their own superpowers, really see who they are organically and authentically, and align everything they do with that authentic part of themselves. Live from their zone of geniuses, I like to say. So I know when you said, Dr. Lale, that personalized health, that's what me and Diane Amelia are all about, is personalized, customized, aligning women with their own way of doing things, their own self-care. Our real focus is on self-care and having a personalized, customized way of sustaining their self-care into the long term. So that's our focus right now. But I was listing out my modalities that I have done over the years. Man, I have a whole bunch of them. I really advocate for the use of essential oils and being able to help ourselves in our own homes.
Mhm.
So I use those as my go-to tools. I've been using those for like 15 years. Among my list of things is mindfulness, laughter, being in the moment, using laughter as a self-help, self-care, healing modality for yourself. So it's just all about being aligned with who we really are and trusting ourselves, trusting our bodies. I'm
And
sure we would all agree with that.
listening
And
to our
listening to our
bodies, listening
bodies.
to our
Yes.
bodies,
Yeah.
because our bodies are talking to us and telling us when they're not happy. And oftentimes,
Mm.
and as women, I truly believe we've been raised from very young girls to look after everybody else and to look
Yes.
after
Yes.
ourselves last. And so
Exactly.
I love the work that you and Diana Amelia are doing because it's so very important for people, for women to realize that, really they have to put their oxygen mask on first,
Right.
or they're not
Right.
going to be able to be the people that they want to be for their families and for their
Right.
communities. So
Yeah.
very,
We must prioritize ourselves first. Our
yes.
self-care is not a luxury thing that we just do, if we have time. So,
Yeah, and it's important also, I think, as a whole paradigm shift of belief that we are worth it.
yes. Oh, yeah,
Where,
that's huge.
I mean, I've said this before that I was raised to believe that if I did anything for myself that was selfish, or that I was then putting myself first, which was not a good thing.
Mhm.
And I think that's a paradigm shift that that a lot of women are going through, that we have to just realize that, we do matter and we are worth it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Agree.
Thank you for that. Yes. So, Diane, Amelia, lovely to have you here on the podcast today. I just love the work that you and Teresa are doing. So, tell us a little bit more. You're a Reiki master. I actually have my Reiki 1, but that's from a very long time ago. I don't use it anymore. And as a self-care mentor, tell us a little bit more about that. And maybe you can give us a bit more information about the Vitality Continuum.
Happy to, and thank you. I am absolutely delighted to have been invited here. I want to just back up to something Teresa did not say, that she has recently been crowned Giggle Goddess.
Oh,
because
Love it.
she has a monthly giggle gathering online. And if you haven't been, you simply must. It is the
Okay.
best way to launch your month with a big smile and fresh energy. And it's great.
I
So
love that title. Giggle
yeah,
Gone.
isn't it so,
Yeah.
it's so perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Um, like Teresa, also, I have many modalities. I have had the most circuitous professional path and actually studied aromatherapy in an intense program. So that's a place that Teresa and I connected when we met. For the last 8 years, I have changed titles. I don't know how many times, even though I'm doing the same thing. And I think one of the ones I like best is Mind and Body Alchemist,
Mm.
because like everyone has said here, we're not separate entities. And it all just needs to be integrated. And so some of the things that I love to do and the things that Teresa and I have done together are really lean into that.
Mhm.
So when we are working with clients, there is a physical aspect. It's what your relationship with the food you eat, how you move your body, and how important it is to move your body. And then the mindset to help women understand it's not all or nothing. So if you've been sailing along, you're like, I'm going to work out, and you go for 10 days, and then on day 11, you don't. The message is not, see, I suck. I always quit and blah, 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 blah. No, you had life. Life was lifing, and just go back the next day. Take the long haul. And that's a mindset shift that we
Absolutely. Yeah.
love to help with.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, I remember, I'm old enough to remember when women had to be everything. You know?
I think we're all that old.
yeah, birth the baby, bring home a bacon. Yeah, that whole thing.
Fry it
Make
up in
sure
a
that,
pan.
yeah, make sure that the house is clean. Like, we were just getting into sort of those corporate roles and being, and applying for those kinds of positions that we wanted to have. But then we had to do everything else as well. And it was exhausting. I don't know about you, but I found it just totally exhausting. And so I think now with the work that we all do is we're letting women really be who they are, or allowing them to grow into who they are, and what are their, what do they do best? And if it's not cleaning the house, which is me, then the house doesn't get cleaned. Thank goodness I have a husband who looks after the house for me. But
We have sort of a campaign against the compliment. She is so selfless.
oh
That
heavens.
was something that was given as the highest praise.
Yeah,
And when you really break it down, how toxic.
exactly. Yes.
Diana, Amelia, I say to people, you have to be selfish before you can be selfless.
That's good.
Yes. Very
Because
good.
if you want to give, you have to be,
Yeah.
selfish for yourself first.
Mhm.
You
So
have to be
that's
full to have
really
something
nice.
to give.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I have a coach that I've been working with, a mentor. She's actually a wonderful shaman, and she talks about not just living from your cup, but living from your saucer. Like, and I love that concept because the cup spilled over into the saucer. So
Oh,
now
love that.
Love it.
we
That's
are
good.
living from the saucer. Yes.
That is good. And I think we're really leading by example. I really feel that us as older women, more mature, experienced women, are leading the next generation by our examples, breaking those stereotypes.
I agree. I agree. I often compare ourselves to pioneers. My grandmother, who I'm named after, she was a pioneer on the prairies here in Canada, living in a sod hut, raising 12 children. Like, she was definitely our definition of a pioneer. However, I believe that the generation that we're from, we're also pioneers because we are breaking down those barriers, and we are feeling that, yes, we can be very, very fulfilled just ourselves.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I wanted to just acknowledge that we have one of our practitioners here with us. She's in the green room right now, Marie Piplovic. She's an amazing conscious breathing facilitator, and she also has a program that helps women who have been through burnout. And so she has a couple of comments here. She's saying, so true. So I didn't see exactly what that was in relationship to, but obviously I think in all of us. Um, and she's got a new name for us. Selfish, selfless pioneers for women. Go ladies, she says.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Yay.
Marie. Yes,
take it.
we will take that one. Yeah, for sure.
That's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, but it kind of
There's an
describes
acronym
it
for
completely.
that.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said we could have an acronym for that.
Yes, well, SSPW, SSPW. There you go. So, any questions you have for each other that you would like to ask, or
I just want to mention, along with this whole pioneering women idea about and leading by example, like we all have a new perspective on aging. And me and
yes.
Diane Amelia have spoken with lots of women last month who have this whole different view on aging in general, instead of, fighting it and trying to look younger and leaning into it instead and embracing it. What are you ladies' thoughts on that?
I think
I
that's
love that,
fabulous.
Bruce.
Yeah.
I actually, I forget where I was speaking. It's been a couple of events I have been in. One of the things I oftentimes tell women, especially uh, women around menopause, which is, it's obviously you all know what a, serious thing it is for a lot of women. And I always feel that we are told from early on age that this is something inevitable and declining that's happening, and you're just waiting for it,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And so it just goes ingrained into our heads that someday you're going to be miserable for a few years, you're going to have this and this and this and this symptoms, and guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. Welcome to the club. And I so
Hmm.
disagree with that. And as part of what you said about aging, to me, it's just a number and what you make of it.
Hmm.
And it happened to be actually this talk was on my birthday. I just had a birthday. I turned 56 on Monday.
Yeah.
So, and
Happy birthday.
thank you. And but I oftentimes honestly have to think when somebody asks me how old you are. Really, I have to do the math a little bit, and I always compare myself to Eric, my partner. Oh, he's 2 years older, so I'm like, this is how I go.
Me too.
But really, it is about embrace. And I always say, don't brace yourself for that, because we are told like this is coming, this is coming. So people build this anxiety in every decade of their life that menopause is coming and it's terrible. But really, if we just sort of embraced it and really prepared for it, and just it's just the decade of life. It's like a different season in my mind,
Mhm.
and not to give into this is the horrible thing that's going to happen and we're just going to all go through it. That's the way we think about it, and I seriously believe that you can change things with the way you think. If you're constantly going to think that's going to happen, it's going to
It's
happen.
going to happen.
And it comes with
100%.
everything.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Well, if you say that to yourself, you're getting old.
That's right. Yeah.
I always say I don't grow up, I grow down. That's my motto, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes. Well, and I love that what you said about that mindset, because as well as what we're talked about, oh, menopause, it's the thing, and you just have to suffer through it. Well, that is not true anymore, for one thing. And secondly, it's the same thing with aging. It's like, I'm now in my just slightly above my mid 70s, and I remember my grandmothers when they got to be their 70s,
Yeah.
they felt old. They were old.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
and I think that's just a whole mindset as to how you
Yeah.
feel and the fact that you don't, people ask me, my relatives for the most part, well, when are you going to retire? I'm like, well, first of all,
Mhm.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a definition of retirement. If it means, sitting around on the sofa watching TV all day, well, definitely that's not what I'm going to be doing. Um, so I don't know what that concept is because I still have lots of things that I want to do in life. And I'm healthy. I still make sure I am healthy. I eat well and take my supplements and all of that. But yeah, it is very much, I think, the pioneer, what we're doing in the as pioneers, as women, we're very much leading our lives the way we lead them, and we're maybe not necessarily telling people a lot, but we're leading by we're living by leading. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
yeah.
that makes sense, but I think you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah,
I just in complete age defiance went surfing for the first time when I was 58.
Oh,
And
fabulous.
that was 10 years ago, and I'm still no better than when I started, but it's still fun. But the point of this is that once you start looking for other people your age doing fun and cool things,
Mhm.
true.
it's amazing, especially if you're on any kind of social media and your algorithms start feeding you. Like I found all like sassy silver surfers and all these women, 50, 60, 70, 80 out there doing their thing and on so many fronts, hiking and solo traveling and
Mhm.
just so many women are out there. And I think kind of to your point, Cornelia, as we see more examples of what's possible versus our grandmothers who looked aged at 50,
Mhm.
Yeah.
when we see women mounting Everest at
Right.
75, it's like, huh, okay, maybe I'll take that path. Maybe not
Yes, for
Everest, but
sure.
Yeah.
And I think too, it was quite a bit of a mindset from our grandmother's era and their generation, even our mother's generation, was as we got older in years, we had to age, and that just our generation has got no, that's not
Yeah.
happening. Marie's got a great question here. Do you notice how a lot of middle-aged women start saying things like "getting older sucks"? Or everything
Mhm.
hurts, etc. I notice this a lot and it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I want to tell them to stop, but I haven't yet found the right words that wouldn't trigger them. But that again is a mindset that they
Mhm.
are saying that they're getting older or they're aging or this
Right.
hurts or that hurts or yeah, getting older isn't, I hurt everywhere and there are
Right.
there are lots of things we can do so we don't hurt.
Mhm.
Yeah, my
And
question
I
is
just want,
always why? What, obviously you have to find the cause. You can't have an engine light go on and put a band-aid on it. It won't go
Mhm.
away, right? So why are you hurting? Let's
Yes.
figure that out. And, it always goes back to it's getting old, but why?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not.
Mhm.
So it's making people really think the reason behind everything. And sometimes it is that belief just to begin with. It's just they put the number with that belief, and I'm getting old, so therefore things
Yeah.
starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
And it is so not
Exactly.
true. You have absolute control over that. And
And,
whether you let things fall apart or not is completely in your hands.
and
And
if
that
you
starts
if
really in the head.
if the people around you are saying that, find new friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, exactly.
Exactly.
Like Diana Amelia said, yeah, like you start attracting, you starting people like-minded like yourself. Yeah, I have to share this story. One of my bucket list things is skydiving, and
Mhm.
I about a year ago I met a woman in 82 at the time she was, and she had just done a skydiving.
Wow.
And when I tell people that, they're like, "Are you crazy? Why would you want to do that?" I'm like, "I don't know. It just seems fun. Like
Mhm.
I want to do it." And she just inspired me so much because everyone always say, "No, why would you want to do that? Do you know what they have you sign before you go on to this?" I'm like, yeah, okay, I could also walk down the street and get killed, but
Yes.
so I can't live my life like that.
Right,
And I
right.
really admired her for doing that. At 82, she said, "Yep, I'm going to do this." She
Oh,
did.
Good
that's
for her.
cool.
Wow. Wow.
Teresa,
Teresa,
Yeah.
there was
you wanted to say
something you
something
were
before.
you wanted to say.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, not everybody can jump on a surfboard like Diane Amelia, but we can all take our own baby steps.
Mhm,
If that
Exactly.
means doing a 5 or 10 minute little walking thing down the driveway or back, like, start where you're at and just keep on moving, keep the momentum going, and take what baby steps you can at this point in your, in your phase of life that you're in.
And
yes, perfect.
the conclusion of that sentence, and just keep doing it.
And just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
And I think
yeah.
I would add to that, Teresa, too. I always say you are exactly where you are meant to be at any moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever you are, you're supposed to be there, and just
Yeah,
you're meant to be there, and look for why you're there, and
yeah, that's
move
good.
forward. The only way is forward, right?
Yeah, don't buy into that retirement thought, way of thinking where I mean I saw excuse me, I saw family members decline when they hit retirement age
yes.
because they bought into that definition. They didn't move forward and grow in any way, so they started to contract and decline, and I don't want my story to be that way.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, this has been a wonderful discussion. Thank you all for being part of the podcast today. Our vision is to create a community of health practitioners, and we are in the process of doing that. I call us a wellness community. We're not just a directory because we all get to know each other on the platform and find out who we are. So when clients are coming to see us, they actually get all of us. They may just pick one of us to start, but we all know each other and we know what each other's benefits are and ways of expertise and things that they do. As well, our motto is service with love. And I think that is one of the most important parts of the Healing Institute. And we have a big ask. So for those of you who are listening or watching the podcast later, please tell people about the Healing Institute and all our amazing practitioners. So tell your community, your family, your colleagues, let them know we have this amazing group of practitioners who really want to get to the root cause of what's going on. And they really want to help you with your health and your healing. And today you got to meet three more amazing women, Layla, Teresa, and Diane Amelia. Thank you again so much for being on the podcast today.
Thank
Thank
you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
you.
Amelia.